to welcome you all to another session of tips and tricks. And in this session, we are going to explore a feature called Ruled Fillet. But before that, we're going to have a quick look at the fillet command itself, so I can set a scenario where a rule fillet might help speed up your design processes. So let's just enter the fillet command. I'm going to select a 5mm radius fillet. I'm going to apply it to this edge between my base and secondary feature. Now, if I wanted to change the shape of this secondary feature, I'd have to go into the sketch. I'd then have to delete the geometry that's already existing. I then change the shape of this sketch geometry. So for this instance, I'm going to go 75 by 75. I'm then going to finish the sketch, and we get this error message. And that's because we've deleted the geometry. So what do I have to do to correct this? I have to go into the secondary feature and tell Inventor which closed loop I'd like to extrude. And then have to go into the fillet and tell Inventor which loop of edges I'd like to actually apply the fillet to, and select OK, which is quite a long process. So I'm now going to show you the rule fillet. So let me just move end of part above that fillet command and delete it. So rule fillet can be found in the plastic part features panel. And to access the plastic part features panel, you must go to this little arrow at the top right hand side of the screen called show panels, expand it and search for plastic part and give it a tick, and that will actually turn on the panel inside Inventor. You will then notice that we have an option here called rule fillet. So I'm going to select rule fillet and it opens the rule fillet dialog box. Now in here we have a number of different source options that we can select, and that's either going to be a feature or a face. And for this demonstration, I'm just going to keep it as feature, and I'm going to select my base feature to create or to start at least the rule fillet command. Now again, I'm just going to up the radius so it's something we can see. And you can see there that it's starting to preview the 5mm radius that I've entered. Now there are a number of different rules in here, and we're going to explore the against part rule. Feel free to have a go through the other options, but for this instance, we're going to have a look at against part. So I'm going to select against part. And this time, with the selection tool, it's actually finding this specific source feature, and whatever's touching that source feature will actually have a radius applied to it. So I'm going to select OK. So as you can see there, it's applied that 5mm rule fillet. Now to follow the workflow I did previously, I'm going to go into the sketch command for the secondary feature, and I'm going to delete the sketch geometry. I'm then going to create a different shape. So let's have a 75 diameter circle and finish the sketch command. And again, we do get this error message because we've changed the geometry of the sketch. So I'm going to select accept. I'm going to go back into the secondary feature, select the closed loop of edges, and when I hit OK, the rule fillet is applied, saving me a couple of clicks. Now, if I needed to add further geometry to my base feature to create a tertiary style feature, what I could do is I can move the end of part above the ruled fillet. I'm then going to select Start Sketch. I'm going to place a sketch on this back face. I'm then going to use a polygon. And in the polygon, I'm going to go for the circumscribed, which is across flats. Place it in there like so, and maybe just give it a quick dimension. Let's go for 60. I then need to ensure that it's fully constrained, so I'm going to add a horizontal constraint, like so, which turns my sketch geometry black, telling me that I've got a fully constrained sketch. I'm then going to finish that sketch, and I'm going to extrude it, and just keep the defaults and select OK. Now when I move the end of part below the rule fillet, the fillet is then applied. And that's because anything touching this specific feature, my base feature, will have the 5mm fillet applied to it.